What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another long awaited edition of Fired Up. And it's been about a month and a half or 2 months, and we're back. And because of the illness, we can't say the exact um, illness of what it is because of YouTube's new policies. But, the illness, Barrick is actually on the telephone over here. Social distancing is the norm, I guess for now. And what could potentially be our last show here, due to some news that I got today that I didn't even tell Barrick yet. But Barrick, introduce yourself. I'm Rashid. For all the new subscribers that are actually subscribed to us, thank you so much.
Yeah, how you doing? How you doing?
All right, all right. All right, so let's get right to it. COVID 19, the illness, is causing a global upheaval in the, sports, people losing their jobs. Um, Barrett, what do you think about this whole thing, man?
Well, it's nothing that we haven't seen before in a sense, but we just made more of it more now than ever before, and the numbers are out there, and people are just losing their mind right now, and it's creating a pandemic. And that's what pandemic's all about. But what is done in the sports world right now has basically been something that we've never experienced before. People are testing positive at an alarming rate, mostly in the game of basketball because obviously there's a lot of contact and a lot of sweating going on. So it would make more sense that they basically have seen a lot more of the testing of the positive concept with numerous teams within the NBA. And obviously they have basically stopped the season indefinitely. I do believe they'll pick up things where they left off to a small degree. And, right now it's just unfortunate that we're experiencing this, but the key thing is, and most of you probably heard already, is, basically protect yourself. You don't need to have this re-roll it to you. You know exactly what you got to do. You got to wash your hands and keep your hands from your face, and you have to just,
Yeah, I heard this stuff has been beating on my head so much, and I've been getting into a lot of arguments with people. Barrick, as you know, I mean, he sees my Facebook, and a lot of people are really scared right now. I just want to say, listen, the death rate right now currently is a 2.5%, kill rate. Mostly a lot of senior citizens, unfortunately, and you have a lot of people with pre-existing conditions, and um,
okay, right, okay.
yeah, basically. So, like Barrick was saying, we just gotta. I don't know what to do, man, and getting what I was saying was of this being our last show. Uh, Cuomo's talking about and De Blasio. They want this to go on between 9 months and 18 months of no sports, um, businesses being closed down. Um,
Uh-huh.
Even though we have Trump saying that on April 15th he's going to put everything back. We're back to work, we're back to business.
Good luck with
But
that.
but Cuomo wants this to go on for nine to 18 months.
Again, like I said, good luck with that. And I mean by this whole thing about April 15th, I'm glad that most powerful man in the United States can sit back and say, yeah, we're going to do this for X amount of time and we're going right back to work when, yeah, you still don't have a solution to the problem. But anyway, I'm not going to get to the political portion of this because this is not what we're talking about. We're talking about what this pandemic has done to the sports world. And
Oh yeah, listen. I'm very upset because listen, this is going to be an epic NBA season. That's for damn sure. A wild finish in the West. The East, we pretty much know what. the 8 teams were going to be. Now there were 20 games left between when the NBA actually shut things down, and maybe Washington and the they could have probably snuck up in there and maybe grabbed that eighth seed, but who knows?
I
But
think, yeah, I mean, listen, right now, I think we have to focus on what we think is the most important thing in the game of basketball. And actually, it's a two-part. One, it was a two-man race in regards to the MVP. And it came down to LeBron James and it came down to Giannis. And everyone has their opinion based on how these two players, I think, this year are defining the true meaning of MVP. And right now, it's who is making their team a little bit more better with their performance overall on the floor, and that's LeBron James. Obviously, Giannis is a beast. He is a matchup from hell, and you're basically going to have to put 3 or 4 guys in the paint just to defend him. Whereas LeBron, you can match up with him one-on-one, but you just don't know what he's going to do with the basketball. Is he going to?
Well, I don't think that nobody really can match up with him, because if you put a smaller guy on him, he can overpower them, and if you put a bigger person on him, he can, he has the ability to blow right by him. So yeah, I mean, LeBron James himself, and especially him being at the point guard, is a matchup nightmare for almost any team, except for like maybe Philadelphia. Ben Simmons, defensively is an excellent defender, but I mean, this guy's like 6'9.5", let's say rounded off 6'10", and your 6'2" point guard, your 6'3" point guard, most of these average heights of point guards in the NBA between 6'3" and 6'5", 6'6", has to guard him, and he also outweighs them. So he's a matchup nightmare.
Yeah, he's a matchup nightmare, but what I mean by matching up with him one-on-one is that it's not necessarily stopping him. It's being able defensively to place a guy on him. Whether or not he's able to defend him is not really what's going to happen. What happens is it allows a team to run a proper defense. As I previously mentioned with Giannis, in order to stop that man, you have to game tackle him in a sense in the basketball concept. If that man drives to the paint, 2 or 3 guys got to go on their approach. Giannis is going to have to dish and find the open man. Most times, Giannis don't do. Why? Because he can finish regardless. That's what I meant by that.
Yeah, absolutely. So who I mean, let's say if the season was to finish out, I don't think there's going to be a season unless you have the governors of all these blue states capitulate to Trump. He's saying April 15th, which means we probably could still have a season. But, you're going to have a lot of resistance on that. So, I mean, April 15th is definitely up in the air. And we're going to know whether that's going to be our last show or not, because if this keeps going on and on and on, there's not going to be any sports. Those are deemed non-essential in a sense, it's entertainment. But a lot of people are being affected by this. So we'll see. But let's say if the season was to go on, who's your MVP, LeBron or Giannis?
I just said LeBron.
You said LeBron.
I said LeBron.
I
said
See,
LeBron.
the thing is that he has Anthony Davis. That's the thing.
The thing is, who is defining the MVP to the T? Who is basically making their team better? The Lakers was where would they win? LeBron.
The roster on the Lakers is horrible compared to the Bucks.
Okay, and then would that not define why he's the MVP? Think about it.
Well, I'm looking at see the let's say a couple of years ago when LeBron pretty much had let's say take Anthony Davis off of the Lakers team right now, and he doesn't have Anthony Davis. He had that same roster in a sense. He could, and before he got hurt, he couldn't even get them into the playoffs. I mean, they were like number 10 or something. No, they started off well, but then they started dipping a couple of years ago. When he had Brandon Ingram and Lonzo Ball, he couldn't make that team better. But you have Anthony Davis in there, and You know what? When I think about it, I definitely do have to agree with you because I didn't even think the Lakers, in a sense, we did maybe about 5 or 6 shows back, 7 shows back. We went over the season preview. I didn't have the Lakers at number one.
No, I had the Clippers, and I still believe in the Clippers. But right now, we're talking about MVP race.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I didn't have the Lakers at number one because I just didn't like the roster. They were old. They were built more for the playoffs than the regular season, and I didn't like the roster, but he has them at the number one seed.
Right. There you go. I mean, and that's just validates my point. Where was this team be without this talented team?
Yeah, the offense is really bad when LeBron gets off the floor.
Yeah, it sure enough is. But when he's on the floor, he makes it a totally different story. I'm not saying that Giannis doesn't. Oh, let me just make sure I'm clear about that. Giannis makes a big difference, not just with the Bucks, but the landscape of the Eastern Conference at the time before the season stops. But that's why you have these two guys at the top heat in regards to MVP race because of the effectiveness these guys have had on their respective teams as well as the conferences themselves. But if you take Giannis, and it's happened already this season, that team has flourished well. Hell, even when Middleton was hurt, that team won big numerous times. I haven't seen the Lakers violate that. So that's why, again, I'm going to tilt the scale towards LeBron because when he's on the floor with that team looks tremendously different, and they perform highly level from that point on. Milwaukee, they have shown signs where they can win here and there without Giannis. So obviously, they can't go the whole year without him, but here and there, and it was a game where him and Middleton was out, and they won big time. So this team can do some things without Giannis, whereas the Lakers, I don't see the similarities. So I like a number of reasons why I validated at this point in time that I think LeBron should be the final choice for the MVP, but of course, we still had over a month left, and anything could have happened.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And this whole COVID-19 thing, man. This is. I mean, I wanted to see the Clippers and the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals right there, which I believe would have actually happened right there. And I mean, I think that would have been one of the most historic playoff series that I think we were ever seen right there, man.
Yeah, it would have been. It still could be.
We'll see April 15th. April 15th is the big date right there. You guys circle it. And speaking of the COVID-19, what do you think about Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell? Are you upset about? I mean, there's a lot. Rudy Gobert was taking a lot of heat, taking a lot of slack, joking around about this, and apparently.
Yeah, touching the microphones and all that, and listen, it is kind of, schoolyardish of him, but you know what? He quickly apologized for it, but the ramification of this particular virus has reached such a high level across the United States.
And listen, he couldn't foresee that. Yeah, and
he couldn't foresee what?
No, I mean in terms of this being a global pandemic, and now you got Donovan Mitchell was upset at him, and he wasn't not really too happy about Rudy Gobert because I in his heart he probably feels that Rudy Gobert gave it to him, and my words to Donovan Mitchell, and I told you what I'm going to say on this show, Barrick. Donovan Mitchell, stop being a bitch, straight up, stop being a bitch.
He has the virus, my man. If he wants to become that, some people cannot handle certain things in life, my man. You have to be aware of that.
Yeah, but who's to say that Rudy Gobert even gave it to him? You got to remember. I mean, from the studies I read about this thing, it has a 7 to almost 30-day incubation period in the sinuses and the throat before you start giving off any kind of signs and stuff like that. Supposedly.
So, as I previously mentioned when we started the show, the reason why in a sports level, why basketball players are more right now have been more reported of having this virus because obviously you're sweating, you're on top of one another. I heard already a report here in New York that the governor and the mayor are threatening to close the basketball courts around the neighborhoods because there were people out there playing basketball. Why? Because the sport requires you to be in full contact, to be within 6 feet of each other. So if you add that and put that right back on the Gobert Donovan Mitchell situation, Donovan Mitchell can pretty much come out and respond the way he's responding emotionally because, as we all know, we didn't have all the facts then when it happened. Now that we have all the facts, I wonder if these two are the same concept as they were then. And my guess is no. But, it can't be just I gave it to you. You can have it already and not know it. You're already in contact with the other person.
Yeah.
And basketball, again, requires that. Hockey, they go past each other. They do bang each other, but they basically run away from each other. Football's on top of one another, but they haven't played yet. Baseball, nowhere near each other. They haven't played yet. So this is why basketball is having this issue now. And you have to be aware of that. So for Donovan Mitchell, my personal opinion, to be putting so much on Rudy, I think that basically is redundant. But at the same time, people handle things differently. So, I don't know which is what it is, but you have the right to your opinion.
Yeah. I just think he's being a bitch, and I just hope he's not using this as a smokescreen to say, "Oh, I can't play with Rudy Gobert. Trade me from Salt Lake City." I mean, because that's not the most glamorous city in the world. I mean, it's a beautiful city. I've been there before. Beautiful city.
It's not happen. That's not Donovan Mitchell's point. That's not his point. His point was basically out of anger by the way Rudy's handled it, and basically how things have happened. Obviously,
I know a lot of people has been upset with. A lot of people has been upset with me about the way I'm handling it, and they you co-workers on the job, where's your PPE? And I'm like, well, it kills 2% of people. The flu kills 50,000 people a year. Weaponized, I'm sorry, not weaponized. Drug-resistant TB kills 50,000 people a year here. When we had Ebola in the country a couple of years ago, I was raising the alarms about that because that had a 92.1% kill rate. Healthy or not. Nobody cared. So nobody can seem to answer to me about why nobody cares about those different abnormalities, in a sense.
Okay, yeah, and again, as we mentioned before,
like I said, it's food for thought. Nobody has to answer me. You don't have to, it's just something to actually get you to think. Yeah, it's just my opinion.
And you want to go out there and prove your plight. It doesn't require an answer, but you want to prove your plight.
And listen, I see all these beta males. And one thing about this COVID-19 that actually it shows me who the alpha males are and who the beta males are. Listen, this sports analyst right here and my boy Barrick here on the phone, we're critical thinkers. We're not going to just go out there and just parrot stuff and fearmonger. Government is known certified liars. So if you have a person that's continually lying to you, and we seen this. I had jury duty in court last year. The witness said one thing to the grand jury, and then when he came to trial, he totally changed his story around. I said, well, we can't believe him. We have to find this guy not guilty over that. So if you continuously lie and lie and lie to me, I'm going to question things, and that's just, how I think, in a sense. And I know Barrick thinks like that, too. Us sports analysts here, we're critical thinkers. Really, really critical thinkers.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. So, I mean, I have faith. I'll say this. I'll top this off by saying that, again, there are numerous reasons, whether it's speculative, whether it's about, conspiracy theories. And, right now, it's just
I guess as a conspiracy theory, you're just questioning things. It's not like, you're just questioning known certified liars. That's it. And listen, if everybody thinks the government cares about you, then you're sadly mistaken. I mean, I can keep rambling on about this. We don't want to get into that stuff, but the government doesn't care about you. Believe me when I tell you this. They do not care about you. They don't. Stop thinking they do, because there's a lot. I mean, we have high fructose corn syrup and aspartame being sold in the ghettos into these black neighborhoods. Nobody, high fructose corn syrup blows your pancreas out, gives you type 2 diabetes. Nobody cares. Where's the outrage? Where's the outrage? You know? So the government doesn't really care about you guys. They don't. They really don't.
Yeah. So now we have a lot of things going on. To switch gears a bit, we have a number of things going on in other aspects of sports that, we understand that, obviously this coronavirus, COVID-19, is affecting. But right now, unfortunately, we don't have any sport. And, I was wondering how people are out there, our listeners, or better said, our viewers, are basically coping, the sports fans coping without live sports, and they have to deal with
reruns, yeah.
But I think that's good because I've seen some good old-fashioned reruns I haven't seen in a while.
Yeah, me too.
And, that's the cool thing. But it does get a little boring and tiring at some point. So what does the average fan do in a situation like this when they get real tired of sitting in the house all day, possibly having cabin fever, and, watching all these reruns? Well, guess what? Keep watching them. Because until we get any live sports, it's going to be that way. You got to find ways in which...
And like I said, listen, the Democrats, they want this to go on for 18 months, guys. 18 months of no sports. Think about that for a second. 18 months. 18 months.
Yeah, they do. But what do you want to do? You want to worry about 18 months? You want to worry about right now? And that's the thing, too. That's how I go about business. I can't tell anyone else to do it because it's no guarantee we'll go 18 months. I don't see the president getting what he wants, but I want to leave that started and leave it at that very second because, I'm basically going to keep my ear to the ground like everyone else I think should do. And when they do put things back into motion, then everybody's going to be happy. Everybody's going to flood the barbershops because I don't think anyone's got a haircut.
I got mine. That's why everybody's watching me. I have this low haircut, man, because they're talking about 18 months. I know I was there. They're talking when they were talking about 9 months of the barbershops being closed. I'm like, oh Lord, man. I don't know.
That's the thing, But, like I said again, it's just a shame right now this is happening. But as a sportsman, you want to find a way to cope, and that's the whole thing. I like to find out how everybody's coping,
Well, I'm talking to people. A lot of people don't really care, I guess, man. It's just like, sports is it's a way to actually escape, from the stresses of life. And you know what? It's not that stressful out there, man. You go outside and you drive around, and the energy is just different out there, man. It's just dead. Went down to Times Square Sunday, and it was just no people cutting you off when you're driving. A couple of idiots out there taking advantage of the empty roads, but it hasn't been stressful in a sense, though. It hasn't really been, it's only been about, a week of this so far, so we'll see in about 3-4 weeks how you're already having domestic disputes getting out of hand. I was reading that. And but getting back to the NBA over here, I think they officially suspended the season, right?
No, everything is indefinite, and we all know it definitely is. So they haven't put
a definitive date on there. The Olympics, the Tokyo Olympics, has been postponed to 2021, and there's a lot of heat on them why they wait so long, and they're thinking probably the same thing I'm thinking, that again, we just got to look at the death rates in a sense. It's a 2.3% chance of dying from this. And, maybe they were looking at that. He says, so, it's not. And listen, and that's just part of life, guys. Everybody's going to die, man. I don't want any. I don't want any of my audience, man, being fearful over this because I see a lot of fear, and that lowers your immune system. And we show, I can show you a lot of studies where the mind does have an effect over the body. You getting stressed out activates cortisol, which is the fat hormone. Makes you fat. So,
Is this a medical show, man, or is this a sports
no,
show?
I'm just saying. I just want people to, ease back. Don't get panicky, and hopefully, sports will be back, man. Hopefully in April, man. I'm praying. Because I definitely want to see LeBron this year in the playoffs. And that Western Conference, the last 20 games is going to be really, really good, man. I mean, there was like 3 seeds up for grabs right there. And if Zion gets into the playoffs, oh man, whoo.
Yeah, well, I mean, right now, we have to make sure we're clear about one thing: the NBA season is suspended. You see things going on like Carl Anthony Towns, his mom has it.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. Definitely. If your guys are over 70 years old, just stay in the house as much as possible. If you have a pre-existing condition, or even me, I'm obese. I probably can get affected by this. I'm like 280 something pounds. So
you got to work on that, homie.
yeah, I know.
But the bottom line is that this is more than just sports; it's life, and people sometimes can take it for granted simply by getting caught or so caught up in their own personal lives, which is understandable. But I'm not saying this is a platform to wake people up and reapply themselves to appreciating life. What I'm saying is it just makes you appreciate life a little bit more. Now, also another thing too, man. Considering the way things are going on in basketball, the great Tom Brady, man. That man's
yeah, I was just about to bring that up, man. You stole my thunder, man. You stole my thunder.
Well, you had an opportunity to jump there, but so it's just Mr. Brady has moved on to a different team, and we can kind of break down why it happened and take it from there. Well, if you want me to go with that, so
you roll with it, man. I mean, the thing is, why the breakup? Why did he leave Belichick? Is he? He's been running a certain system for about how long he's been with the Patriots now? It's been about 20 something. It was 18 years, 19 years now, man. How long?
Bill Belichick has been.
No, I'm talking about Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
It's been almost 20 years. 20 years, yeah, 20 years, and he's been running the same system. So it'll be interesting to see if he can adapt. I think he should. I mean, that's one of the advantages that we do have over other mammals is that our ability to adapt to things. For the most part.
Yeah, I guess you could go there with that, but Tom Brady is a quarterback that basically works one particular way, and his way is really not on the football field. It's how he takes care of his body off the field. And the things he's done year after year, his brand TB12 is an indication of how he goes about his life and how he feeds his body and takes care of his body. With that being said, he's only suffered one major injury in 20 years. That was a torn left ACL, which is about 12 years ago. And it was a cheap shot by a player from the Kansas City Chiefs.
He's a pocket quarterback, right? He stays in the pocket. He doesn't run much, so.
He doesn't run, but he moves. Yeah. Okay, he moves around the pocket. He allows his offense another second and a half or so to allow him time to survey the field, go through his progressions, meaning go and find who's the open receiver. Tom Brady does that very well. He's been doing it for years. 9 Super Bowl appearances, 6 World Championships, 2 NFL MVPs. 14 Pro Bowl appearances, which is their version of the All-Star game. The man has done it all, and he still wants to play until he's 45.